Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 battle. Explosions! This is going to be 2 Empire, which is me and Surreal, versus an Empire and Vampire count. I got this build from you, actually. There was a suggestion for the Crusades or the Crusaders, and it's not exactly that build, it's slightly different, but that is what I built upon. So in the front we have Flagellants, Sigmar's Sons, because I guess their name is Sigmar's Sons, they're unbreakable, so I think it also fits. Then we have more Flagellants back here, we have the Tattered Souls back here, we have 2 crossbows, we have a Bright Wizard, the Arch Lector, actually this is supposed to play here, the Arch Lector, 2 additional Warrior Priests, the Templehof Luminarch, we also have a Witch Hunter back here, and then 2 Knights of the Blazing Sun off there in hiding. Surreal's forces, he has 4 cannons, which are currently being attacked by a Hammer of the Witches and the Sunmaker. Back here we also have 4 crossbows, multiple spearmen with shields, we have 2 Empire Captains, Karl Franz on a Griffin, a Demigryph Knight with halberd, a Great Sword, and that's it. That's it for him. So a lot of cannons. Right here I'm bringing up my Templehof Luminarch to try and take a shot against the Hammer of the Witches, see if it will do a lot of damage or not, because I want to knock them out quick. Got some of the crew, and then I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm not going to do that again. The enemy is going to bring up their Templehof Luminarch, so that's another unit they have. We also have some zombies. We have the Tattered Souls, Sigmar's Sons, the Silver Bullets. We have the Reichsguard, the Zintler's Reichsguard, the Royal Altdorf Griffinites. The rest of the Vampire Counts player here, so yeah, a lot of renown here. We also have Volkmar the Grim on his War Altar. Then we have 4 Crypt Horrors. We have Vlad von Karstein, a Terrorgeist, 3 Fellbats, 3 Vargeist. Then over on this side we have a Hexwraith, 2 Direwolves, and a Black Knight. And those are the units. And here comes their Templehof Luminarch. Again, this thing comes with the net of Ammontok for free. Well, I mean, I guess technically you pay for it, but it is no reason to bring a normal Luminarch of Hysh anymore, unless you want to bring 2. That's the only reason you want to bring those. And, oh yeah, something I want to say. The Silver Bullets. I understand that this player wanted to use a lot of the renown units. The Silver Bullets against 2 Imperial players, I think at that point you're kind of wasting your money. The magical damage is kind of one of the big reasons to bring them, and also the stalk option, I suppose. Not really many like high physical resistance units in the Empire armies to overcome with magic damage, but they are there. But I will not suggest bringing them against the 2 Imperial players. Anyway, the renowned Hell Rocket Battery is just laying waste to these cannons. Oh right, this is a actual Hammer of the Witches, and then 3 normal Great Cannon. My bad, I had that wrong. So the idea here is to spread out our Warrior Priest and then the Arch Lector, so then they can cover most of our units with buffs of all kinds. The Bright Wizard has the Flaming Skull and then the 2 buffs that the Flame Worship comes with. I think I also gave him the Fireball, and then of course you have the Knights of the Blazing Sun over there. Here comes Karl Franz to threaten the Luminarch, or the Templehof Luminarch. And I told him here, I was like, go to the left, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he is learning the ways of the King of Bretonnia, how to dodge the shots, even though this is Karl and not the king. Same difference, just different beasts and people and stats and faction, but you know, it's basically the same thing. And here we go, he's going to get some hits on his Templehof Luminarch, which is very, very expensive, I might add. Very, very expensive. There's still an exchange of fire between the artillery pieces. The Hammer of the Witches here does have 25% physical resistance, which is probably why it's still in play, being assaulted by 4 different cannon batteries. Right here, I was telling Surreal to pull out because this thing does have the net of Ammontok, and I saw that the army was moving out. And I was like, you know what? You may get netted, so you don't really want to be there anymore. And so he pulled out, and he's still continuing to dodge the shots of the Templehof Luminarch. I am getting my shots off on Volkmar the Grim, or at least trying to, but I hit the ground. There's a little mound right here. I didn't see it. Like, I didn't notice it from way up here, and I was pretty upset that I wasted a shot. Here come the Special Demigryph Knights and the Volkmar the Grim. The Reichsguard should be coming. Yeah, they are. They're coming in behind him. Templehof Luminarch is still trying to fire at a Karl Franz who is on a Griffin, which is silly. Completely silly. I'm pulling in my army closer to try and cover Surreal's cannons here. His army is going to be marching back down from the hill. These flyers are going to be coming around to the left for the most part. I missed the second shot from our Templehof Luminarch against Volkmar the Grim. I wanted to try and knock him out as fast as possible. We also got these special Demigryph Knights, or I'm sorry, these are the Reichsguard and Demigryph Knights. Here I am dropping the net of Ammontok from the Templehof Luminarch. I'm trying to get my Bright Wizard in close to also drop a Flaming Skull when possible. So now all these units are netted. We're going to be getting our crossbows to fire upon them. We're going to get our flagellants up here. I'm not sure why these cannons are moving forward, but they are. The Vampire Count Cav is going to be moving up shortly. There is a solid hit against those Demigryph Knights from the Luminarch, and they get pounded. And here come our flagellants. Crossbow fires just raining down. Here come the enemy flagellants. And so this enemy is going to pile up right here in the center. You should not do this. Never do this. Also, this shot missed again. Oh wait, did it hit? No, actually, maybe it hit. Maybe it did hit Carl Franz. So right here, we are buffing our soldiers with some Warrior Priest spells. Another Luminarch hit that actually hit Volkmar the Grim. And they just keep piling in. They just keep piling in. So, like, I'm just going to bring my Bright Wizards over here. The Flyers are not here yet, so we don't have to worry about those yet. And here comes the Flaming Skull. I was telling Cyril to get his forces out of there. Unfortunately, it doesn't go this way. It went this way. It still did cause some damage since they're so bunched up, but it did not do as much as I wanted. Right here, we're trying to spread our units out to cover the other cannon batteries, seeing that the Felbats are coming in. Our Sigmar Suns are over here, along with the Tattered Souls are right there. Luminarch, we also have our Warrior Priest back here covering this area, and our crossbows, and then there's our Witch Hunter who's going to be taking some shots against Felbats who are coming into these crossbows. I'm going to be sending in, I believe, Flagellants to try and assist against those. Over here, we have Warrior Priest AoE spells going down, while my Flagellants are just targeting some additional Cryptors. The Demigryph Knights at this point are almost dead. Volkmar the Grim is also almost dead, taking me a lot of Luminarch shots. You can see our Archlector over there trying to buff this entire army, and a Warrior Priest is nearby as well. Here come our Knights of the Blazing Sun charging into a Cryptor. They are really good against units that have regeneration, so you're going to see that the damage here is going to be dealt really quickly, as these Blazing Knights are just going to kind of destroy those Cryptors. But we got more Cryptors over here just piling in, and this is just a mass melee. Look at this. Look at all these units just piled in here. It's insane. We're throwing out some more Flagellants. The Sigmar Suns are getting in position, waiting for the arrival of the Vargeists who are now coming in. This Flagellant is holding off a couple zombies over there. We still have a Knights of the Blazing Sun in reserve. Warrior Priest, Crossbow, still okay. Witch Hunter, still okay. Bright Wizard up here. This fight, still raging. The Cryptors we are mostly have destroyed at this point. Here comes a Terrorgeist and Vlad von Karstein, kind of a little late, I think. Cyril's Demigryph Knights are going to get out of there. Right here, I netted the Vargeist in midair because I didn't want them getting into our crossbows, and now we are switching fire from this clump into the Vargeist to try and deal with them. Just so much stuff is here. Like, my only units in here are mostly Flagellants, which is fine. Here comes another charge from Cyril's Demigryph Knights. More Warrior Priest AoEs going down. I have my other Knights. There they are right there. Another Flaming Skull dropped down for me, dealing some more damage to them. The Terrorgeist is now into some of our Flagellants, which is totally okay with me. Since their charge was stopped, they have not been given an order to charge again, so we're just peppering them down with crossbow fire. Flagellants into these Vargeist over here. And I'm going to be switching our Templeoff Luminarch into firing at the Terrorgeist. Here comes our Archlector into the melee. We have been just having buffs dropped basically this whole time with all the Warrior Priests around. Another AoE spell being dropped on all of the enemies in this area. You can see they have taken so much damage. Our Knights of the Blazing Sun over here are now into some Hex Race and trying to get into these other Cryptors to finish them off. Our other Knights of the Blazing Sun are... Here we go. They were in reserve, but now we just charge them against this group of Vargeists.
As long as we draw breath, they will...
I'm probably going to show this battle again in just another cinematic view. So if you want to watch in cinematic, stay for that. Because I know I've been kind of just all over the place talking a lot. There we go. We're disengaging from this clump of forces because it's no longer favorable. Right, we're just heading over there. I honestly don't remember why. Maybe that was just a misclick. I don't remember moving over there. But for the most part, the Imperial player has now been dealt with because they were all focused right here. And we just had all of these crossbows just laying waste upon this giant clump. Do not clump your forces like that. Just don't. Try your best not to do that. I believe these Blazing Knights are going to try and get a charge off against this Hex Raids. And there's really not much left. This Terrorgeist is just getting shot by the Luminarch and being tar-pitted by Flagellants. There's Volkmar the Grim's War Altar, another AoE spell being dropped. So yeah, that's the thing, like, also all these AoEs from the Warrior Priests on everything around here is just nuts. Terrorgeist tries to fly off, but it has no hit points left and is going to fall to the ground dead. Karl Franz still alive, even though routed off earlier. And, yeah. We're now out of shots of the Luminarch. We have another Warrior Priest back here. Sigmar Sons didn't even really get to see combat. They were held in reserve for if they were needed, but they never were. These Blazing Knights got some damage against those Var guys, but that was really it. Because again, they were also being held in reserves. And now the only thing left are just some Flagellants. I think these are the Tattered Souls, maybe. I think they are. Yeah, they are. So they threw the Reiksguard and the Demigryph Knights in the very beginning. They got netted and then just destroyed. Whoa, man, all those spell effects. And then just got destroyed. I think that's another AoE coming in, maybe? Yep, another AoE was coming in. So good game to my opponents and to Surreal. There's two things. One, they had a very staggered charge. The two players we fought against were not really charging at the same time. And even when they were charging, they were even charging their own armies in a staggered pace. Like, some of the Flyers came in, and then after we dealt with the Fellbats, then the Var guys came in. The Knights didn't come in. It's like, it was very staggered. So that's, if you're going to charge, let them have it. You know, you can have reserves, but the staggered charge like that allowed us to take care of every threat kind of individually, and then a new threat would come in and we can focus fire down. So that was, if I was to say, you know, constructive criticism, just charge everything in as fast as you can, and definitely do not bunch up. Do not bunch up like that. That you're just calling to be surrounded and crushed, or flaming scald too. Even though my flaming skulls, they weren't really that great. So let's take a look at the kill count, and then we'll watch that again in just like a cinematic view. So for me, 117 kills. Those are from the two Flaming Skulls. 40 from the Arch-Elector. 84 from this Warrior Priest. I have to imagine most of that's from his AoE spells, because I think he cast 3 of them in total in that battle, just sitting in the middle. Witch Hunter got 19 kills on some Vargeists and Fellbats, which isn't super impressive. The Flagellants... Flagellants are super solid. They are a unit that I don't think the Empire necessarily needed. Now listen, this DLC just hit, so I can't just throw the word... I'm not going to say overpowered, but strong. I can't throw that out yet. I haven't played nearly enough battles to determine that. But I think the Flagellants are very strong addition to the Empire kit. By themselves, they're just kind of a tar pit unit, kinda. But the thing is, they deal a lot of damage. They're like, I think I said this before, they're like barbarians from Rome 2. But the thing is, unlike those barbarians, these things are unbreakable. Unbreakable. They have a really good charge bonus. They have high, let's go over them again. Oh, the kill count. Well, things died. There you go. Where's the Empire? So 26 charge bonus is really high. The fact that they have this frenzy is insanely good, especially when it's tied with unbreakables. So they're +8, and then their charge bonus, immune to psychology. It's really good. And then the strength of the penitent is also a nice solid addition to their ranks, which gives them some physical resistance, and then 18 additional melee defense. So these for 525, and then like the Tattered Souls, you get, what is it, 40 more? Yeah, 40 more in the unit, and plus their stats rank. These are so strong because, not by themselves, but just because of how many tools the Empire have. Since they now have a front line of unbreakable units that can actually fight and deal damage on their own. Oh man, because these are going to probably, well, it depends on what the fight is. Like if you're fighting against another Empire player or like a dwarf, there's a good chance that players will still use like Spearmen with shields, because these Flagellants will fall quickly to focus fire of crossbows. But like against a greenskin player, vampire counts, or beastmen, I think the Flagellants are... Is there anyone I'm missing? Greenskin? Bretonia is iffy, because they could bring a lot of cav that can kill them, and then also Peasant Bows could do really good. But I think Flagellants are super solid against beasts, vampire counts, Warriors of Chaos, and the Greenskins. I forgot about the Warriors of Chaos, but I think a lot of people do. So, over half of the factions, these things are going to be great because there's not enough really ranged components in these other armies that you really have to worry about. So they're unbreakable, and they're going to hold the line, so they're going to replace these cheap Spearmen, because these Spearmen don't really do damage. They're just there to just sit there and take a hit. But these things are never going to break. So while they're holding the line, you can do anything. You have cav, use these guys as an anvil. You have a lot of artillery, then just hold the enemy's front line back while you pepper them with artillery. You pepper them with outriders, cav, the stronger units like great swords run around the flanks. The thing is, they're going to hold for so long, it allows players to set up time to maneuver the rest of their forces in a position to take out the enemy. I think flagellants are so good when teamed up with other units. Now, if you just run an army of nothing but flagellants, you're probably going to lose the game. Again, this is a unit that's really good when brought with other tools to use their potential of unbreakable 120 people. They're really good. Anyway, let's watch that battle again. Unless there's something else I want to show. I'm thinking. Oh yeah, the Luminarch of Fish. In case you didn't watch my overview of the DLC, which you should. It's like over an hour and I go over almost all the units. I did miss... The one unit I missed was Zintler's Reichsguard. I did not cover them. So they are 200 more than a normal Reichsguard. They have increased stats, but then they also have immune to psychology and Vanguard deployment, which can be a lot of fun. There you go. I covered them. All right. So anyway, no reason to bring the Luminarch of Fish because for 125, you're getting another Luminarch that now has an encouraging aura and then also has this free net of Ammontok for only 125. Literally no reason to ever bring this unit again. And that's when I don't like unit additions. When the unit addition creates a scenario where there is no reason whatsoever to bring its counterpart, which in this case is a basic Luminarch of Fish. Again, unless you want to bring 2 or more, literally no reason to bring this anymore. Because like for Sigmar's Sons, there is an argument to be made to perhaps not bring them and just bring a normal swordsman. Or, well, not much of an argument for the Tattersouls. They're pretty good. Like, some of these units are really good, but, like, the Luminarch of Fish is just one of those, like, there's just no reason. Anyway, now let's watch the battle again. But in a more cinematic view. How about that? If that doesn't interest you, then thank you for watching. Leave your comments and suggestions below. But we're going to watch the this battle one more time. The artillery looks really cool. Look at all those rockets. So another thing here, that I didn't mention during the first battle. I know this is going to be cinematic, but not much is happening. What is this? The Sunmaker used all of its rockets to try and take out these cannons. Not necessarily the best thing. I would have taken off fire at will and had it just sit there until the actual battle started. And then go after the infantry, which is what it's more geared for. It's not really geared to take out enemy artillery. It can, but it used, look, it's like used almost all of its ammunition, and most of these cannons are still up and operational, so. Try to utilize your unit's strengths, if at all possible. And you'll have a greater chance for victory. This is not that unit's strength. There goes Karl Franz, chasing for Tipalov Luminarch. All those poor horses. Oh, get away. These gentlemen do not seem that bothered to have a giant griffin and a pissed off emperor in their face. Now here comes Volkmar. There's my missed shot. Remember that this unit of renown has bonus versus large. They do really well against, you know, Demigryph Knights, Reichsguard, anything large. Miss. This is when the party's going to start. It was very nice to intercept their charge here with Karl Franz, especially since it put him in a position to get hit by the net. And then the enemy just keeps pouring in. I haven't really looked at these, right? They look super cool. Holy shit. It may be worth bringing them just because of how cool they look compared to the normal Reichsguard unit. Oh, but now they're netted, though. And here comes a shot. Woo! All that kitty cav. Remember, these Tattered Souls are the enemy. Our Tattered Souls are not in this engagement, so normal flagellants are ours. Just hear all that crossbow fire pouring in. Woo! Volkmar wore that in the face. And there's Surreal's Kitty Cav. Warrior priests are in position, buffing our army. Spearmen are ours. There's the enemy's Sigmar sons. You can tell by the green shield, and well, they just look different, don't they? Did they put the silver bullets into melee? What are you do? I missed this. What in the? And the? Wait, what? What happened here? Why are they hammer the witch? What? All right. I think it's obvious. I don't need to mention why that's bad. Oh, too many graphics. All the graphics. Let's go over here. There's the remaining enemy Reichsguard. They look so cool. Kitty Cap should do pretty well in this fight. And these are normal direwolves, so at least they're not the renowned one, which have bonus versus large. I still have not found a very solid argument for Felbats. Like, I know their purpose, but even that, Here's the enemy's Reichsguard again. They're just bouncing back and forth. I should have ran my Knights of the Blazing Sun into this fight. This thing is regeneration, and they would have done really well against it on the charge. I didn't think about that during the fight, though. At least I don't think I did. Yeah. Flagellants should do pretty good, especially these Tattersouls against the Vargheists. In theory. They probably do pretty well against each other. Try to get close about these Knights of the Blazing Sun. No! That was Jared! No! Whoa, those Hex Rays just went flying. These are Surreal's Greatswords. The Archlector looks so cool. I think he's my favorite addition. In terms of power, he's alright. But he just looks badass, and that's cool in my book. There's Volkmar the Grim. What's left of him. We missed the Hex Rays falling to pieces. And then just the Tatter Souls are left. Brave, brave fighters. Alright, well that's going to do it, everybody. Oh, you know, actually, hold on here. We can take another look at the kill count. At least so you can see. So we didn't get to see Surreals. Holy crap, those Empire Captains. Cannons, 88 on the Hammer of the Witches. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, 2 Demigryph Knights. Whoops, I only mentioned 1. Alright. And then for the enemy player here, their artillery, 58 kills in the Sunmaker. This thing can get upwards of over 300 kills if aimed in an infantry formation and not against your enemy's artillery. Luminarch, well, it did its best. This player clearly just wanted to play with a lot of the units of renown. Running those silver bullets though at the end, what was that? And really not that many kills for this player either. 0 kills on Vlad von Karstein. I didn't even see him. I totally missed him altogether. Like, I knew he was in the battle, but I never really saw him fighting. But anyway, again, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time. Leave your suggestions below on what you'd like to see. And know that the next 2 or 3 battles have already actually been played. So if you don't see a suggestion in those, it's because, well, I've already played them. Just need to record them and put them out for you to enjoy. Take care, everybody.